Well, thank you all for being here, and thank you, Rob, for spearheading this. Well, we've been here before. We've been talking about this is at least the second or third press conference that I've been a party of to talk in a cautionary tale as to what we see over the horizon. And the administration, by their own admission by numbers, as James said, they are acknowledging that it will occur. So here we go again. Here we go again. But there's a couple differences. Significantly, as Senator Portman mentioned, our colleagues on the other side of the aisle, in growing numbers, are imploring the president to postpone, to relook, and to rethink the decision to get rid of Title 42 in May. And so we see those numbers, I think, as we get closer to the date, we know these numbers are going to go up. But we also have our friends in the media that would not normally be rising to put on their opinion pages things that we agree with, maybe. Here we got the Washington Post. A migrant surge is coming at the border and Biden is not ready. That was in April of this year. And then we have NPR that says, what happens at the border once it is lifted, Title 42? In a word, influx. That's a mild word, I think, compared to what we think will happen and know will happen. It's going to be a catastrophe. And Senator Lankford, Senator Portman, and Senator Thune, we were on this call yesterday with the Secretary Mayorkas. And when we talked afterwards, 6-point plan, as James was pointing out, it's only a way to manage the more and more numbers that are coming, and it isn't really managing. It's transportation, it's healthcare, it's moving people from actually the border into more central parts and then processing them there. What's that going to do? That's going to keep you all away from the processing centers of where all of this is really occurring. In my view, that's ducking the media, in my view, and ducking what the real numbers could and will be. So I'm the ranking member on the Appropriations Committee for Homeland Security. We've been very generous with Homeland Security. We've provided them with a supplemental to help them deal with the surge. But this surge was here. When we see what's going to be the influx or catastrophe, as I would categorize it, that is another press on the appropriations and on the resources that we're going to be willing to look at and give to the Department of Homeland Security. So I think, and I specifically asked the Secretary that question, are you looking for another supplemental? And he very artfully answered sort of a maybe, I think would be a good way to characterize the way he answered that, very discouragingly. So I join with my colleagues, with my Democrat colleagues, with those in the media, with my folks at home are very concerned about this. Why would somebody in West Virginia be worried about this? Because we have the highest percentage of deaths from overdose per capita than any other state in the union. Fentanyl is killing our friends and neighbors, and it's all coming through the southern border. So the diversion of agents, and they're losing agents because the morale is terrible. Why would you want to be protecting our southern borders and be prideful of what you're doing in law enforcement every day when your president is just letting you get overrun? You can't disrupt the drug trade because you're so busy processing and doing all of the things that happens when 18,000 people come across the border every single day. So there's time, Mr. President, to rethink this. There's time for us to find a better way. And the plan needs to be deterrence, whether it's expedited removals, quick asylum adjudication to get that, the Remain in Mexico policy. We have some solutions here that worked under the Trump administration to keep these numbers down. It's time now to look seriously at these before this catastrophe descends upon us. Thank you.